Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe to all the dear listeners. Welcome to another practice video. Life is boring part 2. So today I have also Arjun with me, who is very shy. So what do you think? Do you agree with me or not? Life is boring or life is interesting? What do you think about this child? Does he also think that life is boring? See, that Uncle Ji, he is meditating since very long time. Probably life is not much boring for him. Then there are people, these children. I wish I could ask to everyone personally that do they also feel life is boring? But this would be a weird thing to ask. You know what? We are kind of conditioned to behave in a certain way, or we have this social pressure to behave in a certain way that may be termed as civilized or whatever. But inside our minds, I don't think we are as civilized as we pretend to be, or whatever. Just look at our dreams that we see or watch. I don't know what is the right word, that we see while we sleep. And mind you, we do not dream the whole time we sleep. There is a much part of our sleep where we are not at all dreaming also. But then the question arises, how do you know that you are not dreaming? And what is that state of consciousness? Well, that is another thing. So what I was telling, we in our lives, day-to-day lives, we tend to follow, or we try to follow much order and a system or whatever. But when we dream, there is no order in our dreams, and it's a very rare thing, I think, that you dream a proper dream, like a story or whatever, and the characters remain same all the time, or the places remain same, or there is some logical explanation. I think I could never explain my dream properly to anyone, because like everyone, and this is not something unique or peculiar with me, the characters of our dream keep changing. And this brings me to think that what is the origin of dreams. Sometimes you start dreaming something that is that comes from extreme past of your life, like 30 years or like that. Okay, those who are 60 years, they could dream about something that happened in their life 50 years ago. I'm not 50 years, so I don't dream that not something like from that much of past. So these children are running. I think right now they are not feeling boring. This one is lagging behind, but then they will go to their homes, and then they will sit, watch some television or like that. So, and then they will also start feeling boring. Then they will do something. Their parents would be scolding them for maybe some genuine reason, or maybe without reason, because the parents are also feeling boring. So they also need to do this task of guiding children and all, even though they have no idea about this guidance and all. So someone is playing this music because they're also feeling boring. Arjun is also bored. That is why he asked me to take him to this place, which is anyway boring too. So let us ask Arjun. Arjun, are you feeling bored? बोर हो रहे हो क्या? हो रहे हो बोर? फिर क्या सोचा उसके बारे में? अर्जुन, बोर होना क्या होता है? बोर होते हो? फिर क्या करते हो? Arjun has no idea. So This guy is fitness conscious. That uncle was sitting over there since long, and now he started feeling boring while sitting, so he got up, and this bench is vacant now for me to sit and do this boring stuff. Can you hear this brilliant music from behind? There is a house which is outside the boundaries of this garden, but they are very close, so their music does not care the boundaries, and it is coming from across the boundaries. So there is this race competition once again. I'm sure while the children are competing with each other, they're not feeling boring. क्या बेटा, क्या करना? करो करो जो करना है, बोर मत फील करो बस. See, his favorite thing is to jump and touch the leaves. And when he would be doing this a lot of times, he will also start feeling boring. Because after a certain point of time, everything becomes monotonous. Whatever you do, whatever, there is an expiry for everything that could entertain you, or you could find it interesting or fascinating. And this thing happens in every aspect of life. People get bored of people and the relationships and all. They start becoming non-interesting, so people need new people to have some interest in life. People need new places and all that. Now this uncle is running or jogging. He seems to be quite what monkeys are also bored. Let me show the monkeys. Can you locate them? Uncle is not feeling boring. He has been sitting there, I think, for hours, and this is a very unique thing, because it is mostly difficult to sit in meditative state for long hours. Although uncle looks an ordinary person, but I don't think he is an ordinary person from inside, and he is really deeply into whatever he is doing. He is not sleeping, because if he was sleeping, then he would have fallen. I don't know what is the right form of verb. He would have fell, whatever. And he's also meditating when this stupid music is playing behind him. So Arjun found a pair of leaves. Arjun has this fascination with leaves. Shy. Arjun is passing through a phase of his growing up stage where he is feeling shy these days. Now he feels shy with everyone who are strangers, or who come to our house after long time. Earlier it was not like that. So thank you friends for listening to my boring stuff. Kindly suggest me few things that you find are not boring. But I don't think you would be able to suggest anything like that, because after a certain point everything becomes boring. Monkey is roaming around. They also feel the same. So I was talking in a low voice because it's I find it weird if people listen to me. No, those guys are running now, so there is some kind of interesting thing happened in their life. Monkeys scared these boys, 5 boys who are healthy enough. You know why? Because monkeys can bite them, but they cannot bite back. So that is the thing. Even though monkeys seem to be weaker than them, but boys had to leave the place. Okay, then take care. Do some interesting thing in life. Don't feel boring all the time. Get a life. Take care. Radhe Radhe. Hare Krishna.